Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Great to meet them. My name is Jamilah binti Sobri 251184. With me Syahirah, Syazwani, NurFaezah, Norsyahirah and Siti Sarah. I'll be the first presenter, and our group is on and evaluations of the satisfaction of the customer of Mixed Legacy in JITRA KEDAH. I'll be talking on the introduction part that consists of the purpose statement, background of the business and current situation faced by the business. The purpose of this report is to analyze the factors that can influence customer satisfaction toward Mixed Legacy Cafe. Based on the scope, there are two factors that contribute to the influence of customer satisfaction, which are the services that provided by Mixed Legacy Cafe and the food and drinks that Mixed Legacy Cafe offer on their menus. The company that we choose to analyze is Mixed Legacy Cafe, which is a container cafe with an open air concept and have a hipster vibe. The cafe was established since 19th of November 2018, and it is located in JITRA KEDAH. It is a family-oriented business that been run by four major players, which is Mr. Rosli Sayas, Mr. Muhammad Zabadi, Mrs. Sabiratai, and Mr. Muhammad Amni Sinwan. The main goal of this business is to be one of the best cafe in JITRA and maintain a high standard for food quality and services. This cafe is a unique cafe because of the concept of providing different vendor that offering different kind of food and drinks, which similar to a food court concept. Despite of having a lot of vendor in one place, but the worker or specifically the server is employed by Mixed Legacy Cafe. Mixed Legacy Cafe employed more than 30 workers to cater the customers' needs. In order to keep up with customer needs and food preferences, Mixed Legacy Cafe provide more than 300 types of food to be choose from, and they also catered more than 100 type of drinks that consist of various types such as oriental or western food or even dessert. They're always keeping up with the current trend by offering the food on their menu, such as oden or even spicy Korean chicken. The capacity of this cafe, it can load up to 600 or 700 at one time. It also provides a spacious parking lot that can fit over 120 to 140 cars at one time, and it is the owner ambition to provide a delicious food and drink with a good services to all customers and satisfy their needs. Next is the current situation faced by Mixed Legacy Cafe. It is a container cafe with open air concept. It open every day from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. and usually packed on weekend. They also offer variety of food such as Western and shell out. And the shell out is the most popular in demand by the customer. For the competitor, they have Art Kitchen, which is also provide the same menu, the Western food and the shell out. With the employment of over 30 workers, Mixed Legacy Cafe should be delivering a good performance. However, the variety of food choices led to the slow services. And the slow services led to complaint by the customer that reduced the satisfactions of the customer towards the Mixed Legacy Cafe. So I pass it to my next presenter, Syahirah, to talk about the scope. Thank you very much.
Thank you to the last presenter. Hi, my name is Norsyahirah with metric number 255046, and now I will be talking about scopes under the services, which I will be explaining the types of the services provided and the services by servers. For the types of services provided, Mixed Legacy does offer customer to have the food, whether through dining in, takeaways, or delivery. When it comes to dining in, customer can just simply visit the store when it's open, or they can make a reservation through calling in order to secure their seat. This is because during the peak time, there are many customers who are visiting the establishment, which leads to more seats taken. In order to avoid having no seats, customer can make an early reservation. When it comes to delivery service, the delivery service is provided as Mixed Legacy Cafe does collaborate with Foodpanda. Just like in dining in, the customer can also wait at their establishment if they are choosing to actually have a takeaway. Serve Cool is something that business needs to pay attention for. Serve Cool is handling service quality measure. When it comes to dining in and takeaway customers, it is important to ensure that the time waiting for the customer is filled with something that could entertain them. As an example, in Mixed Legacy Cafe, they do provide customer a live band to ensure the time of the customer is filled with somewhat kind of entertainment. For delivery, although Foodpanda does not handle delivery, however, the preparation of food is handled by Mixed Legacy Cafe, which means that Mixed Legacy Cafe needs to ensure that the food preparation for the delivery service is fast. It is important to avoid delays. Delays can affect the overall quality of services. For the types of services provided, it is very important to ensure the time taken for the food to arrive to the customers is fast. For the services by servers, we are going to be paying attention on the workers who are mostly involved with serving the customers, which are the waiters. For this, it is very important to know that the servers needs to be polite when serving the customers. It is very important for waiters to know basic courtesy and addressing customers with respect. When customer arrives to the establishment, it is important for the servers to greet the customer and to showcase that we, as a waiter, welcoming them to the establishment. When it comes to taking orders from the customer, it is important for the servers to be able to communicate well. Waiters need to be able to be attentive and listening well to every orders of the customers. In this situation, waiter needs to be fast at writing orders, memorizing, and to be able to recommend menu based on the customer's preferences. When it comes to serving, the waiters should be able to deliver the right order to the right customers. By providing the right orders at the right customers, the customers will feel delighted and happy, and this will lead to the higher satisfaction of customers regarding the service provided by a cafe. That is all for me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaz. Let me continue with the next scope, which is food and drinks. There are two subscopes in this foods and drinks, which is price and taste. The first subscope for food and drink is price. In this subscope, we also include the portion size of food and the price range. Price sends an important message to customer whether it's good or bad. So the price should not aim too high and also not too low. Therefore, it is important to ensure that the price that Mixed Legacy offer to the customer is reasonable and fairly affordable within the quantity of food. The portion size of food also play an important role in capturing customer satisfaction. The portion of food also should be reasonable with the price that is being offered. Restaurant owner also need to standardize and monitor the portion size that leaving their kitchen in order to ensure customer receive the portion that they come to expect. Next is the price range. The food served must be on par to the price that customer paid. The price range of the food that are on the menus should be suitable for customer based on the quality of the foods. If the customer are satisfied with the quality and the quantity of the foods that being served by Mixed Legacy, they will not hesitate and complain or even willing to pay more for the food that being served by Mixed Legacy. Hence, this study would like to analyze the customer satisfaction towards the price of food at Mixed Legacy. The next subscope for food and drinks is taste. In this subscope, we will include the variety of food and also the presentation of the food. According to Perry 2006, the food quality is an absolute requirement to satisfy the needs and expectation of restaurant customer. Therefore, it is important to ensure that the food that being served by Mixed Legacy to customer is in good quality. Next is the variety of foods that have on menu. The variety of menu offer a wide variety of foods that customer need in order to satisfy their needs, and also will make it easier for customer to choose the food according to their taste. Therefore, the owner of Mixed Legacy state that their cafe have 100 drinks and 300 types of food such as Western, shell out, desserts, and many more. Besides that, the presentation of food also play an important role. According to Namco and Zhang 2007, the presentation is a technique to plate food, decorate attractively to achieve appealing attention of the customer to satisfy their perception of quality. Next, the freshness of food also becomes one of the important elements of customer satisfaction. It is because the trend is set for this day that customer will look for fresh food or be served in the fresh manner. Therefore, to ensure the freshness, the food should be served in timely method. Hence, this study will like to analyze the customer satisfaction towards taste of the food by Mixed Legacy. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you so much, Syahirah. Hi, my name is NurFaezah Binti Johari, metric number 255581. So I'm going to explain about the analysis based on the survey that we made about Mixed Legacy Cafe. That is being divided into two scopes, which are services and food and drinks. For my part, I will explain about the services that have two subscopes, which are type of services provided and service by the servers. For the type of services provided, it can be said that the time taken to prepare the takeaway food is inefficient. This is because they had bad experiences while using this service where they had to wait for more than it should be. This is one of the important factors that influence the customer satisfaction towards Mixed Legacy Cafe. It would be a good step that Mixed Legacy Cafe should divide the staff into two divisions, which divide the staff that will handle between the order for dining in and handling for takeaway and delivery order. Next, the time taken for food to be served to the customers is bad, where most of them had to wait for more than an hour to get their foods. This is one of the important factors that influence the customer satisfaction towards Mixed Legacy Cafe. Therefore, it is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should hire more servers since the cafe has a lot of stalls there and it requires more servers. In addition, majority of the customers disagree that the time taken by the servers to prepare the takeaway food on the customer's table is fast. This is due to the fact that most of the customer do not like having to wait for a while for their food. Therefore, since the service is poor, this will influence the customer satisfaction towards Mixed Legacy Cafe. It is recommended that the cafe should train the kitchen staffs to provide better service for the customers in order to prevent them waiting for a long time to get their food. Moving on to the next subcode, which is service by the servers. Most of the customers mention that they never faced any bad experience while being served by the servers. Therefore, it can be concluded that the servers provide great service and this will influence the customer satisfaction towards Mixed Legacy Cafe. It is suggested that the Mixed Legacy Cafe should maintain their services in order to maximize the customer satisfaction when serving them. Besides, the servers communicate in a good way since they know how to greet the customers when taking orders. This is one of the important factors that influence customer satisfaction. Thus, it is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should enhance their service skills and knowledge in order to provide great service to the customers in the future. Next, it can be concluded that majority of the customers agree that the servers serve them immediately and this could influence customer satisfaction. It is suggested that Mixed Legacy Cafe should be aware when customer arrive and always ask the customer who does not have food on their table by asking them if they are already being served or not. Last but not least, the customers think that the servers always give the right order to them because the servers alert when taking their order. Therefore, it can be said that the services that were provided by the servers are efficient, and this is one of the factors influence customer satisfaction. It is suggested that Mixed Legacy Cafe should confirm the food with the customer's order first before serving to them in order to avoid mistakes that can lead to customers' dissatisfaction. That's all from me. Thank you. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Faezah. I will explain further on food and drinks analysis. In terms of pricing, it is concluded that the price of food at Mixed Legacy Cafe is reasonable and this influences the customer satisfaction. It is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe need to improve their services because some customers are willing to pay more for the best service and the best food. Next, the response collected for reasonable price and portion of food leads to the customer's satisfaction. As it is suitable, it is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe focus on reducing the price and obtain as many customers from students to veterans. Customers at Mixed Legacy Cafe believe that the price given by Mixed Legacy Cafe is reasonable for middle income, and this is one of the reasons that can influence the customer satisfaction. It is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should consider introducing a new package of food or menu with cheaper price for the middle income customers. In terms of taste, majority of the customer enjoyed the food served by Mixed Legacy Cafe, and it is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should committed to improve their food in order to ensure customers feel worth spending their money at Mixed Legacy Cafe. Mixed Legacy Cafe are known for its variety of food. Hence, these offers lead to customer satisfaction. Therefore, it is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should focus on improving the staff's skill on preparing food, since they have many customers and the foods they have to prepare are different. Serving foods according to its temperature is crucial. It can be concluded that the food served by Mixed Legacy Cafe is in good condition. Thus, this leads to the customer satisfaction. It is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should improve on food's presentation and always check the condition and temperature of the food before being served to retain their existing customers. Next, my group member Sarah will proceed with the conclusion and recommendation of this report.
My name is Siti Sarah Binti Shuhaimi and my metric number is 264409. I will make the conclusion. In conclusion, the time taken to prepare the takeaway food is slow and inefficient. However, the servers always give the right food to the customers, and clearly it can satisfy the customers' satisfaction. Besides, it can be concluded that the price set up by Mixed Legacy Cafe is reasonable and economical. Thus, this leads to customer satisfaction. The price and the portion of the food are also sensible and equitable, and this leads to customer satisfaction. As for the recommendation, it is recommended that Mixed Legacy Cafe should divide the staff between two divisions. One division, the staff will handle the order for dining in, and the other division will handle the takeaway food. Besides, the cafe also should hire more servers, since the cafe has a lot of stall, and they must train the kitchen staff to provide better service. It is suggested that the servers should be aware when customers arrive and ask them whether they already being served or not. As for the food and prices, it is suggested that Mixed Legacy Cafe should keep providing varieties of food and maintaining the taste of food, so that the customers will come again and never regret dining in at the cafe. The servers also must confirm the food with the customers first before they serve the food to them, to avoid mistakes which it can lead to customers' dissatisfaction. Lastly, Mixed Legacy Cafe should reduce the price and introduce a new package of food with cheaper price for middle income customers. That's all from me and my group. Thank you.